We make the strings louder.
Alright, so just released the mold from its crap. You've seen in last Monday's video we were messing with the fiberglass mold, but yeah, turned out pretty good. So yeah, we just needs to cut off all the little things. And so how we got this mold is one of our buddies got ordered a hood vent, and it came with like the mold on it or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened, but there's mold, so we decided to play with it. Alright, well I got a whole bunch of randomness on here. I got the wiring harness in there that was a pain in the ass to figure out that it actually fit in here. I thought it fit below down there. Got most of the stuff that's here, at least, that's plugged in. Here's the mass airflow sensor deal, igniter, all that stuff, you know, diagnostic port. This is all tranny wiring and stuff, so that doesn't matter. I got the fuel line kind of ran. I got that little guy back there right over to here. I got the wiring stuffed up in the cab. This is my little battery relocation. This is the little thing I got on eBay. Look how small them little ports are right there. But I'm gonna hook one of these to the factory, you know, all that wiring right there, so I'll kind of splice that over into this, you know, just so it gives the chassis power. The starter down, or the alternator down there, this right here is already hooked over into the starter down there. So could have messed with a few little things like that. Let's see if I can turn the light on this. Alright, so got the light on. Here's the wiring. This was already swapped into an S chassis before, and like kind of like race car type of deal, but wasn't in there very long. I guess he didn't like that 1J after you blew the turbo. So there's a fuse box. I just threw some fuses in there. This is the fuse box that I got, but there's some grounds. Here's the starter wire, and this is all the stuff that goes to the ignition. So I'm just gonna hook up a relay that powers this little guy right there. Just got to do that. Got the battery cable running down there. Back here, I got the battery that I'm going to be using. You know, just kind of running the cable kind of rough for now. This is some 4 gauge. Never used something this small for something like this, but we'll see how it works. I think it'll be fine. That's just some random crap I got on eBay. So, but yeah, so it's getting closer. Oh, and I also got a one of them, you know, swirly pot radiator hoses from the Autoport store. That son of a bitch was like 16 bucks. But so yeah, just gonna continue buttoning up all the stuff, you know, making sure it's out of the way. Here's kind of a, you know, oxygen sensor, and then it's already got a V-band on the bottom of the turbo. I'm real curious to try, you know, see how this Mamba turbo does. But hopefully it'll rip. Alright, so pretty much got everything hooked up. I did a test fire real quick, let it run for just like 2 seconds and then turned it back off. But yeah, I got everything hooked up. Well, you know, most of the stuff that you need to hook up, at least in order for it to fire off. Right over here on the, you know, this is an 89. I think it pretty much goes for most of them, but there's a like a black and pink wire. It's that second one over right there, and I think it's black with a pink stripe. So I have this little connector into it, and that's going to just a ground real quick. I was playing with it real quick. I thought one of these needed power or ground or something. You can see my ghetto little relay. It's missing one of these guys, so I just stuck that little alligator clamp on there, you know, to give the thing power and everything. But yeah, so that triggers the fuel pump. It just needs a ground to trigger it from the factory. You know, that's what it takes. So, and as soon as the ignition's on or on run, then that is on. So, but yeah, I got, you know, the factory, some of this other factory wiring wired up to this alternator. You know, the starter, I kind of merged in back there with that. So it's not the prettiest thing ever, but it definitely works. Just remove that off there, and make sure there's nothing else in the way. And so yeah, we'll come over here real quick. So there's a fuel pump right here. This is the power to the fuse box. I'm going to wire this to a relay, but this basically comes from the outside of that little distribution block, goes right here, powers all this stuff. This guy right here, it goes to this little interrupter switch or whatever. So, you know, as you can see, I can't start it because this doesn't have power, so it has power now. So yeah, so she runs. So yeah, now the whole, you can't really see the haze, but now the whole shop smells like unburnt fuel, or, you know, like super rich running JZ. So yeah, here's the battery cable. I just found a little port down there for the ground, you know, this right there. So it's quick, it's simple. It's not finalized yet, but you know, this is kind of in the mode where you know, I just want to make sure everything works, and you know, I'm obviously not going to go for a drive yet. You know, wanted to make sure the motor ran good, and then now I could kind of worry about buttoning everything else up. You know, like hooking up the power steering, hooking up the. I guess I should go turn off all that other crap, because yeah, I believe this guy's still on. Yep, so that's off. But yeah, so making sure everything is, you know, at least it runs, it idles. You know, it wasn't running that great because the mass airflow sensor is not hooked up, and these things like love their mass airflow sensors and absolutely hate life without them. But I'm excited to see it actually idling and running and revving up a little bit. It's nice to hear the little turbo. You know, that thing was spooling up and blowing some air out of that. So yeah, now I'm waiting on the water neck. You know, like I said, he had it off. I think he was having some stuff welded on it, so that, you know, because the JZ normally they go over here, you know, and then the factory thing's kind of right there, but I think he kind of had it cut off and welded, so I'm assuming it's just gonna go bam bam. So yeah, I think that's about it as far as what I'm going to do to it tonight. I already have the drive shaft and everything. I need to hook up the clutch line, you know, that's right there. I need to hook up the power steering, and I need to get a little cooler for the power steering as well, you know, or just a little bitty baby one, just something so that it doesn't go crazy. And then I need to figure out the intercooler pipe. Maybe that's what I'll do now, just so I can go home and actually order some stuff if I need it, so that way I could get this thing kind of moving. Alright, so I'm up under the JZ car now. There's that radiator hose, that random one that I got. So I got that hooked up. I just threw this on there for shits and giggles, because like I said, the previous guy, they kind of had it in like a race car type setup, and it blew the turbo, I guess, right off the bat. And they sold it to this other guy, and then he put it in here as like a stock car type of deal. So that's kind of the thing with it. So they already kind of made this downpipe thing, and then I just threw this on there just because this was included with it, and I figured, you know, why not? I threw the drive shaft in there, got it bolted up. Then I tried to take off the fill plug right there to see how much fluid was in it, and then I ended up stripping that off, and then just pulled it off right here. It only had about a quart of like newer looking fluid in there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it through the tranny on the top. I think it's like 2.7. Here's that drift motion clutch line, and there's my little starter wire I put in there. But yeah, look how grimy the subframe is. Holy shit. So I'm gonna probably try to clean that a little bit as best as I can, at least while it's in the car. And Yeah, just continue buttoning some shit up. I still got to figure out the intercooler pipe. All right, so those of you who've been seeing this K kind of chilling around for a little while, it was out of that guy's car, that zebra striped one that I swapped my LS1 into. You know, I kind of got this motor as part of the payment type of deal for swapping it out. I gave him a little bit of discount off of the install or whatever. But so yeah, it's going to out of town tomorrow. I'm delivering it, and I'm picking up some wheels and tires for the drift car, I believe. So maybe that'll be a little bit of a surprise. But getting rid of that and selling my old kooky headlights as well. You can see I got a giant mess over here. You know, I had to move everything, welder and all that crap out to get to the damn engine stand over there. So I got me a little path, and getting over this thing's a bitch. I really wish I could afford a damn nice lift with the thing up above the top over there, you know, instead of the thing on the bottom, because that thing's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so cleaning up a few little things. So yeah, I bought me some Rpf1's today. One of the other guys that drives in Colorado, he has a s13 with 2J in it. So they've been on his car for like 3 or 4 years. Get the shit drifted out of them. They're Enkei Rpf1's. They're pretty lightweight, pretty strong, and they're actually, you know, like a real wheel compared to these guys, which are just like cast, you know, and they're kind of heavy. And just like knockoff ones, which I like those wheels too. You know, I know I've just been drifting the shit out of them. So the setup I've had on my car, you know, now is I have six of these for the rear, and then, you know, basically 2 for the front. These right now are 18 by 10.5 plus 15, and that's all the way around right now. I just threw these on here on the front just to see. I mean, you could see how much that actually sticks outside of the fender. It's almost just ridiculous. But yeah, look at that. And so anyhow, I posted a picture on my Instagram as well. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. If you're bored and you want to see some of my random pictures I throw up during the week. But yeah, I really like the Rpf1's. You know, I definitely kind of feel like it makes it look a little bit more tracky. You know, with like the actual Rpf, you know, those wheels on there. But and a lot of people can't really like see these, you know, especially when you're drifting and stuff. They don't like when you have black wheels on the front, just because you can't see the angle, or if you're doing corrections, you know, like e-brake in the rear, any of that, they can't see if the wheel stops if it's a black wheel. Check out this huge mess I got going on over here. So I have my random ass bits of intercooler piping that I've just collected over the years, and every time I get a different car that's turboed or something, I always find intercooler piping in the trunk, or I steal it out of their garage or something when I'm getting it from them. But so yeah, this is kind of the setup. Well, this is SR upper radiator hose. I finally got the water neck. It's been cut. So it fits pretty nice right there. So trying to figure out this whole piping situation, you know, especially for the intake and stuff, trying to figure out how to get the mass airflow sensor on there. And then I'd like to get a recirculating blow-off valve right here, so that it actually blows off into that, and I'll take that little thing and cut that off, and then it'll recirculate on there. Mass airflow sensor cars really like when you recirculate the blow-off valves. If you don't, basically as soon as it blows off that puff of air, it goes super rich. You know, so it'll usually go like 10-0 or whatever as soon as you let off the throttle, and then just throw a bunch of unnecessary fuel in the engine, just because it's metering it. It knows how much air it sucked in, but it doesn't know how much it blew out. So if you put it back right, you know, after the mass airflow sensor, it kind of, you know, it stops the flow of it or whatever it does, and it actually, you know, between shifts and stuff, it doesn't go all crazy rich. I hooked up this thing. I still need to get a little hose for that. It runs over here to that guy. But yeah, just kind of was trying to figure out the whole intercooler stuff. This guy, this is the SR that's in the Datsun. So smash this guy right there. So yeah, so that goes right there. So the SR that was in the Datsun, it came with all this purple intercooler pipe, and so here, let me stuff this in. So yeah, this is kind of the setup that I think I'm going to end up going with. I think I'm going to trim a little bit off of this guy and stuff it down in the pipe a little bit more, and then get rid of the purple. I don't think that matches. I'll probably leave the one down below because you don't really see that, but probably paint this one either black or something along those lines. But so yeah, it'll have all that hooked up. I gotta get a little line for this guy, get an air filter, kind of secure this this fuse box as well. Oh, and I didn't have one of these little fuse guys right there, so I just used some alligator clamps. So little tech tip. Oh, and here's my little battery relocation thing. Kind of have it just running all up there. I think I probably already showed you guys that. Oh yeah, got the clutch line hooked up. Just speed bled that real quick, and a few other minor things. I got the intercooler kind of sitting right there, and then over here you got this random pipe, which this would be perfect for a you know, like the passenger side of it, but the driver's side, you know, because it would basically need to go straight up. So I want to use this piece right here, so it has this real sharp 90, and then cut this guy off so that it'll go up through that hole right here, you know, and then kind of connect to this. What I really want is I want a damn TIG welder, and so when I was in high school, I took some college some classes over at the local college, and I did welding. So I actually, you know, learned a decent amount about welding, and I did a lot of TIG welding and stuff there too. I didn't go to get any certificates or anything like that. I just wanted to know how to do it. But yeah, so here's an extra part of my mess. Haven't put away my tools. Random ass intercooler piping. Just boxes of randomness. I got the T56 still a part up here. Trying to decide what exactly to do to this. If I want to try and get like some of the tools and stuff to rebuild it myself, or if I want to just take it to a shop and have them. I was going to call around and kind of see the price differences and stuff, but needs a input shaft, counter shaft. Counter shaft's like 200 and some bucks, and this guy's about 150, and a bearing kit with all new bushings and you know, synchro, like little synchro pads and shit is I think like 300 bucks. So, and then I'd have a T56, and then you know, I have the 4.8 laying around, and I got, you know, the other 5.7 that needs freshened up, but then I'd almost be able to put another LS setup together. I got rid of that KA today. That was nice, and I sold my my kooky headlights, so now I have a little bit more 2J money. So I trying to well, I'm just waiting on mounts for these. Hopefully I get these tomorrow and get that thing maybe sitting in there. That'd be nice. At least test fit it in there. But I need to get this thing out of the way first. But I want to drive this thing. That's what I want to do. So over here at in Derek's house, this is how his this is that car I painted the like how to paint your engine bay video. So this is the engine bay, and he's going back KAT. He's got you know, top mount manifold. It's got the PBM, like mid mount intercooler, stock radiator, but I think he's gonna upgrade that here shortly. And he just, you know, took out the factory fuse box and stuff, has that stuffed in there. But yeah, it's coming along. Hopefully this thing will be out sliding here soon. But those are his baller wheels that I had on my car. I took some pictures of. But yeah, the work's in progress. But just thought I'd give you guys a little update on that. And he's got some other VSKFs for the front as well. But hopefully I'll have this thing out sliding soon. David, what are you doing?
Oh, you know, just fixing this dick dust clear.
Who did the clear?
You did.
Oh, I didn't paint the shit. So this is that power joke that I bulletproofed, like.
Oh, and you bought.
Well, you bought all the parts. I did all the work.
And I fucking did about half the work.
You did some of the work. You did the dumb shit. But so it's been driving around for like 5,000 miles, and it's still good to go. And then he put these new wheels, tires off like a 15, some new takeoffs, and now he's just polishing the hood because it's got like this like weird looking like water
Haze.
spots and shit in it.
Haze.
Yeah, it's like a shitty haze. I don't know. Yeah, see like that right there, and then like that is like almost gone, but he's still working on it. But yeah, some of it still runs great. So hasn't had no issues. I paint matched the grill. I think last time before he did it, but now he's just polishing shit. But yeah, 5,000 miles. Good to go. Go ahead and polish some shit, David. Fucking crane.
We'll see.
Look how nice it is. How tall. Look at that. He just needs to stick around and polish all my shit. Alright, so I just pulled off the tranny again. This is a good view of the clutch. I got this, it's a slave cylinder face converter, because this is like kind of flat. And it kind of sits on the thing's weird, so this is like the, I guess kind of the more correct one. And so it touches the tongs in the right area. And that just goes right over that. So yeah, the good old daily got a little bit of loving today. A little oil change. But yeah, everybody, I think somebody asked me a question. They said something about this being like the Subaru or whatever. But this is actually it's actually an Ecotech motor. Pretty much the same, very similar to the turbo Cobalts or the supercharged Cobalts. But yeah, it's a 2-liter turbo automatic, and this is pretty much my daily driver. Drive the absolute shit out of it. It's I mean, it's fairly quick. I feel like it's kind of a chick car, you know, with the you know, the color and shit like that. But you know, it gets me around, so I don't have to start my damn diesel truck every day and piss that guy off. But shit, on the highway it gets like 29, 30 some miles a gallon. Around town about 24. And I mean, it's real quick, zippy. You know, all that stuff. It's comfortable. The heater works great. The AC will like freeze your shit out of there. And you know, it's kind of interesting on the inside. Plus, it's got all the damn room in the back. You know, being the wagon that it is. And I really like these tail lights. You know, that's one of the whole reasons I really liked one of these. I had you know, worked on a Saab before, and I drove it around, and I was like, holy shit, that thing's pretty interesting, you know, just like how they actually drive. So this is awesome daily driver. I don't know if you know how many of you guys have seen these things or know a lot about Saabs, but this thing's pretty badass. This is more like the GM version of Saab, you know, and you know, that's where most of the, you know, the engine and stuff comes from is GM. But you know, a lot of the other stuff is kind of Saab. But I think these things are real similar to like Malibus or something like that. But yeah, so right now I'm diagnosing a well, I thought one of the number one injector was bad, because when it was running, you know, you could tell it just didn't run perfect. Anyhow, I got the intercooler piping and everything all hooked up. So it's all working and stuff. But yeah, I had it running, you know, revving it up in a little bit. And I mean, you could just tell that it wasn't as smooth as it needed to be. And this is also one of those times where I normally don't video anything, because I find a problem and then I just start working on trying to fix it instead of making videos. But that's what I decided. Oh, this is my my Fanty Pant test light my dad got for me for Christmas. But let's see this one. This is a pain in the ass to video with the phone. Hold on. Alright, so you can see right here on this pin right there, it has 12 volts. This is the magical test light. But then on this guy, you know, in the black and red where it's supposed to be, it doesn't have anything. No voltage, no nothing. So I swapped. It's kind of nice having, you know, that other 1J over there, because I went and yanked an injector out of it, threw it in here real quick, popped it in, started up, did the same thing. I pulled out the number one spark plug, made sure it had spark. I was like, oh well, shit, maybe it's got a dick cylinder. So I threw the compression tester in there. It's got 150. Then I was like, oh, I'll see if it has power. So it doesn't. So number 1 and 4 are on the same circuit, so they should both have power, you know, but they don't. Our 4 does, but you know this one doesn't. So assuming the wiring in somewhere in here is bad, which I shouldn't really have to do anything as long as it's getting the ground pulse from the ECU. I could just wire this, just give this guy just 12 volts, just wired in with another injector on the same thing. But so I got to pull off the intercooler piping and kind of get in this little wiring harness down in there. You can see I kind of taped it all up and everything earlier before I put it in, but now it's gonna be a pain in the ass to pull it back out. But yeah, intercooler piping turned out a little bit better than I thought with just all the random crap I had laying around. This is actually a piece of stainless steel. The rest is aluminum. But and I just did these, you know, hose clamps because I didn't feel like buying a shitload of expensive T-bolt clamps. But everything should work out pretty good. I'm also gonna get a recirculating blow-off valve. This is just temporary. And then cut off that little guy right there, and then because that's just a pipe that'll go in, and I'm gonna get like the DSM, like a blow-off valve off like an Evo or something. So I'm gonna do that, but yeah, I'm gonna continue figuring this. All right, well I guess you guys are getting the bird's eye view today. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and smash all this crap off. So this is what it's like to be me. And diagnose a stupid problem. But so yeah, just gotta yank all this crap off. Should probably go turn off the power to everything. So you got these magical switches. Oh, well, I guess we'll see if we'll start it. Guess that's what I thought I was doing. So yeah, no power on anything, so we should be good to go. And a couple of you guys said you liked this whole, no, that's a 11 silly goose. Okay. Again, I absolutely love this thing. So now I gotta get, I wonder if I could get away with just doing it with the throttle body right there. Might be able to, that'd be nice. Nope. It's not letting me fit it how I want. So you know I'm losing shit. Grab this guy too. And 13, son of a bitch. I'm all off my game today. It's 11. So I'm missing the 12. Probably. It's 14. Son of a bitch. See, now look at this. Just dicked. Just dicking the shit out of myself. So that's a 13. That's a 12 on here. Now I gotta do manual. Should probably just start doing, you know, those videos where the guy just rides around on his motorcycle and just talk shit about cars and people and all that stuff. Maybe that's what I should start doing. Just start working on cars and cussing as I'm working on them and bitching about them and all that stuff. Alright, so hopefully that stupid thing turned on. But yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just deciding to give her the twist and shout. It's a magical little ghetto trick I'm using. I don't feel like taking the intake manifold off. Yeah, so I got to run it a lot better now. See, this is about how it would run before. Hear that? A little bit of shittiness. So that's what it was doing before. If I get this guy back on here. Yeah, runs good now. Alright, so I going for the first little drive. You guys probably can't see much. Let's see. I don't have I don't have a boost gauge, I don't have a coolant temp gauge, I don't have really any gauge in it. Didn't really have the hood hooked up too crazy. I'm just kind of trying to park up. It's probably sat at the battery because I don't have the battery or anything charging. Sounds good though. I still need to wire some stuff, but yeah, seems like it moved by its damn self, so that's good. And they're down. So I got the battery and everything hooked up on this thing. I don't know where the hell this guy's supposed to go. I guess we'll stick it. It's time to go for a rip, bud. Yeah. Oh, will you open the door? You wanna hop in, bud? Huh? You wanna hop in?
There's a seat.
Yeah, there is. You can sit in the back. See, there's plenty of room back there.
Oh, bud. This is my kind of back seat, dude. Look at all the room, dude. Look how far my fucking legs go.
What did I buy that Jesse had to ride in the back?
It was your last one, Jake.
Was it? Alright, so as you guys seen, I've been kind of switching back in and forth between the iPhone and the other thing, but I got you know, my just relay setup that I like to do, just fuse box and a relay and everything, so power comes in, and then I got it triggering off the key over there to turn you know, power onto this, and that basically runs the whole engine. So I got that all wired up, so it actually starts off the key now. So, but and I'm just kind of messing with a few of the little things. I ran some wire over there to that, just so I could get the reference, and I popped out this guy right here, because I got one of those like s13 fuse, like, there we go. So yeah, I got one of those guys. I ordered that on the old eBay, just so I could put the gauges right in the thing, because I'm not really a fan of the pillar pods, you know, going up the side, especially with the way that this car and everything looks with the stock wheels and all that stuff. It would just be kind of funny to have it as like a sleeper type of deal. But oh, and I got a headlamp for Christmas, so that thing's nice. So instead of having my damn flashlight in my mouth all the time, and just a, you know, O'Reilly special coolant temp gauge. I got this electric fan relay kit. It basically just comes with some relays and some wire and stuff, and a thermo switch to hook up the fans, the dual electric fans up here. So look forward to next week. I'll be installing that. But there's the thermo switch right there, so it kicks the fans on at I think 180 and turns them off at 170. But yeah, I got all the, you know, obviously all the intercore piping and everything all buttoned up. When you get that Evo blow-off valve to recirculate it in there, I went ahead and I installed this little thing, and then there's the coolant temp gauge sender thing, since that little port was already taken out. This is the one that goes to the ECU. Normally the one right here is the one that goes to the gauge in the dash, so the ECU actually doesn't need that. So, you know, that's where the thermo switch is. And then on this, it's got that little screw right there. I have to wire that to a ground so that it could actually measure like the resistance of the thing and actually get a temp thing. But yeah, drove it around a little bit. It seems to be running pretty good. I just have that little downpipe, that guy right there. I just have it right now as the only exhaust. But it seems like they don't like the 1Js or whatever. The last one that I messed with, it didn't like the whole, you know, short exhaust. They run way better when they actually have a full exhaust on them. Like the turbo spool's like way different and stuff. But yeah, so there's the Rpf1's on the car again. Trying to decide. I almost think they'd look pretty decent in like a charcoal color, but at the same time they look pretty good because it kind of matches the silver on the car and kind of breaks it up. But let me know what you guys think about that. Still need to order another set of the 9.5s for the front, and then another pair of the 9.5s in the rear, just so I have, you know, the 2 in the front and the 6 in the rear. This is that Power Stroke that I bulletproofed, or we bulletproofed a couple months ago. And he's just waxing it and shit, and he's getting ready to go back to where he lives. So, but he's leaving this thing with his dad and just getting it all cleaned up before he goes back. But alright, so I just made a quick little tranny cover thing, because there's that big hole, because the, you know, I kind of had to cut the shifter tunnel a little bit. So I made that real quick, and then put some self-tappers in there to kind of secure this little thing. And then I was going to grab some of that aluminum tape, peel back the carpet, and kind of put it all around there and seal it up nice. But basically how I did that is I just whipped out this little piece of, you know, cardboard, cut that guy out, threw it right there, traced it, and then just cut it out with the shears. But yeah, there's another little thing we got done. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's video. Pretty much next week I should be messing with this thing a little bit more. I got, you know, as I showed you guys, I got that internal face converter. So I got that on. Over here, since these are like excessive motor mount brackets or whatever, and you can see they're not really meant to clear the factory twin turbo drain line. So I'm gonna have to modify that in some way, and to get that to clear. But I should have the motor mount isolators sometime this week. So then should be able to throw that in my car. I was gonna kind of maybe try to clean up some of the wiring. Either that, or I might not worry about it until I go with the single turbo. Because when I go with the single turbo, you know, I'm probably going to be doing a whole new wiring harness with ECU and everything like that. So that'll pretty much, you know, I'll be doing that anyhow. So might as well not take all the wiring off and do it twice. So, but might have to extend some stuff because I don't know where that ECU is going to sit. I definitely know it ain't going to go way over to the passenger side and come in the firewall. So have to probably mess with that too. Maybe see what some other people have done. But yeah, so the 1J cart's coming along. I'm pretty much just waiting on a few minor little things like that little gauge pod, so I could put in boost gauge, wideband, and coolant temp. I need to wire the fans, put in the overflow tank. I was probably going to get rid of these valve covers because I don't really like that, and go back to like the factory PCV system. Do a different blow-off valve, put the you know, the bumper and everything to get it on there, and then figure out, you know, some coilovers or another hatch I've had just kind of chilling outside for a while. It has some KYB GR2 struts on it and some TN lowering springs. And I also have another hatch too that doesn't have any rust holes or anything like that in it, so might throw that on. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. It's got the snow tires and everything, but do something with the diff in it, either do a two-way or just weld it, and kind of have me a little fun car to dick around with on the streets. You know, if it snows and stuff, there's some mountain passes around here I could go and have a little bit of fun on. So that should give me something to do while I'm messing with this whole 2J thing, but that thing should be going as well here pretty soon. A T56, you know, it's pretty much just in a pile of parts over here, and I really just need to clean up the damn shop is what I need to do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, sticking around, and checking out all my random bullshit projects. But until next Monday.